Hello there.
Kyle Katarn here.
And the Bendu.
Coming back for another Q&A.
Live Q&A, cross-streaming here.
Yeah.
We're live with you on Twitch, and now live with you also on Instagram.
Yeah,
live.
we got the little Instagram thing going on, too.
Yeah.
What's up, Instagram?
No one here quite yet. Hello, Instagram world. There we go. But yes, again, we are here doing a live Q&A because tonight is also the season finale of The Bad Batch.
Fuck yes.
Right, so it has been a phenomenal season 1 so far, and now we have the excellent news of knowing that there is a season 2.
Right? The story's gonna keep going, so it's not like we have to say goodbye to it forever tonight, which would be like... I feel like the vibe would be a little bit different if this was a series finale, but like, I'm just willing to be entertained. I have no idea what they're gonna do because like, they already did everything I thought the finale was gonna do in part 1.
Well,
we got a whole part 2 to go, which is, it's gonna be crazy. Dr. Holocron, what's up, man?
Dude, Cameo. Getting the fact to see, Cameo getting blown the fuck up, and we're gonna see the rest of that tonight also. So, yes.
Cool. Well, it wouldn't be a Q&A without some questions. So what do we got here in the chat? Ninja Ghost Dragon. Hey, Kyle, who would you cast for live-action Sabine Wren for the Ahsoka show? You know, I heard that there's a lot of rumors.
That they
casting
are starting
rumors.
to do live-action.
I heard they got 3
actors
on a shortlist for it. My personal pick is Tia Sircar. Dr. Holocron said it at the same time. Did you see that? She's
I don't know who she is.
Well, she's the voice actress who was Sabine in Rebels.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And she was she's been on screen too. She's an actress. She was in The Good Place. She was one of the demons. She's actually hilarious in The Good Place. But I really think that she owns the role. Visual appearance notwithstanding, I think that she'd do an excellent job with it. I don't think that I think that you could make an argument that she does resemble Sabine. I don't think it matters that terribly. When you're making the jump from animation to live action, you're allowed to take certain liberties anyway, I
was gonna say, because she's definitely a person of color. Like, she's definitely like...
She's like South Asian or East Asian.
Exactly. So
which Indian is like in that umbrella. So Tia Sircar, I think, could totally play her personally.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it really matters. Like anyone that could embody the character. This Rebels is a super stylized visual show too. So like people don't really look like they do in Rebels.
I don't know enough young people.
There's some leeway there.
Ooh, actually, who's someone who could do it? Well, no, never mind. I take it back. I was gonna say the one of the female actors / fighters in the Iron Fist.
Still haven't seen Iron
series.
Fist.
You don't have to. You skip it. You skip it.
Oh, okay.
Daredevil is where it's at.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Daredevil either.
Daredevil is beautiful. I don't even know if they're on Netflix anymore. But regardless, yeah, with Sabine Wren, I don't know enough young people who could play a... Well, I guess she wouldn't be her young rebel self.
That is a very good point.
She would be her older. She would be more of an adult self.
I don't want someone that's already a big name to play any new Star Wars characters. I think unknowns are the way to go.
She would still have to be younger than Rosario Dawson, though, because Sabine is still obviously younger than Ahsoka.
Sabine's a couple of years older than Ezra, but not as old as Hera and not as old as Sabine.
Exactly.
I vote for Hera for Vanessa Marshall again to be Hera. Same logic there, but also she's already been Hera. She mocapped her for Squadrons, and did a really good job. So I think that's already that Hera is self-evident, and whenever we see her in live action, I really not only hope but suspect it will be Vanessa Marshall.
Truth.
Jessica Pava's actress is actually in Iron Fist. Oh, cool! That's cool. Jessica Pava from Force Awakens, one of the X-Wing pilots.
Yes.
Dope. She didn't get to do much in Force Awakens.
These people here, hello friends on Instagram. We're talking about...
Oh, what up, Murdoch? I see you in there.
Doing another live Q&A in preparation for the Season 1 series finale. Season 1 finale of The Bad Batch. Not series finale.
I mean, the last episode felt like such a finale.
Well, it was end of an era.
All of those empty rooms... in Tapoka City. Man. I almost called it Tapioca City.
So many screenshots and just location maps, specifically from Battlefront 2.
Yep.
Man.
Yep.
But I was going to say
2004 or 2005 Battlefront 2.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a refresher that someone put out on like the TikTok world of like, there was I think you actually fought Grievous on Camino. It was kind of cool. They were just doing a straight up attack on Camino, so like it would completely justified and made sense within the story itself.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, it was totally cool. And then one thing I was thinking about, what you were saying about on your bucket list of seeing a kind of imperialistic Coruscant.
Yes.
The only time on camera we see an Empire, well, it's the end of the Empire, really, is of Coruscant is at the end of the remake of Return of the Jedi.
Special
when
edition.
They're doing all the statue
tearing down the
downs
statue. I love that shot.
And they go from Coruscant, and then they go to Theed, and then they obviously start at the Ewok village with the fireworks, and then they go to the periodic
I've always
cities
that's definitely like
the
the example.
Palpatine towers being
That's like the example of Imperial Center. But I think that another really good one, in my opinion, is at the very end of Revenge of the Sith, when Vader's like remains, charred Vader is being brought back on the stretcher to the medical tower. And the reason it feels so Imperial to me is because it's raining, it's really gray, and all of the stormtroopers, it's one of the first times we see the clones without the colors. And so it's like Vader, like a proto-Lambda, the Emperor, and a bunch of like totally white clones. And it's just rainy and gray and stark, and it felt like such a different vibe, even though we've been on Coruscant earlier in the movie. But it felt like a different place.
It was a completely different place. And then, so one other thing that I was thinking about that a couple of you hit me in the comments of, I forgot that that the Bad Batchers had their chips actually physically removed. I thought that they were just sort of turned off with the X-ray scanner thingy.
I didn't think about it in the moment, but yeah, you're right.
Band-Aids too, and I was like, well, I guess they wouldn't need the actual like Band-Aid patches if they
except
like,
Hunter. Hunter's hairdo was like uninterrupted.
This is true.
So I don't know how that
he
works.
Kept his hair. He kept his hair again, which is why I thought maybe they're like, oh man, they could either give him another chip, or maybe they could just like turn it back on if they didn't actually remove
I don't know if you can put another chip in there. I think it's the kind of thing where it has to grow with you from like an embryo, and you can't just insert it into a human adult brain. Connie, got no question, but I'm excited to go to Disneyland tomorrow and finally building my lightsaber.
Excellent.
Hell yes. I'm jealous.
We're
going to go with you in spirit.
Do you have an idea of what kind of theme you're going for? Are you going to be one dark side, light side?
Right.
Or are you going to do the nature one with the Rancor teeth? Or
when I get there, I've got to plan the whole thing out before I finally go.
Because there's 3 types. Isn't there? There's 3 types of saber builds.
I don't know enough about it. I know
the
that
nature one.
There's like a lot of different
and then
customization.
There's like 2 other like I don't know themes. There's 3 themes, and then there's obviously the different ways that you can build it and whatnot. But and then obviously the dark side.
Okay. Builds. Connie's doing Peace and Justice with a green kyber crystal.
That sounds so.
And there's 4 total. That does sound badass.
That sounds so fucking.
I
cool.
heard
just to describe your saber as such of like, oh yes, it is this type.
I just got a Peace and Justice saber with a green kyber. No big deal. Like, you badass.
Constructed in this type
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I can't wait to go to Galaxy's Edge, and like top of my list of things to do is get a lightsaber, build a lightsaber. And I've heard this.
May 20.
It hasn't been confirmed, at least for me. But I know that because you can customize your saber in Jedi Fallen Order, and you've got a bunch of different hilt styles and things. Apparently, everything that's available in the game is also available as a physical component at Galaxy's Edge, so you could, in theory, you can plan what your lightsaber is going to look like in the game, and then like go and just execute.
Trust me. What's time? Yeah. I was gonna say May. When's Star Wars Celebration next year? Is it May?
It's May of 22.
So we'll be
the
there.
21st through the. Whatever. I got a ticket for Saturday.
Yeah, so Katarn himself will be at...
August. Sorry, yeah, August.
Will be there at...
No, May. It got changed. It got moved.
Yeah, May in Anaheim. Katarn will be there himself, celebration-wise, but we will both be down in Anaheim at that period of time. And we'll also be obviously hitting up Galaxy's Edge, because...
Yeah,
why the fuck not?
It's gonna be my first time going to Celebration, and I'm super excited about it. And also, both of ours first time going to Galaxy's Edge, right? Like,
exactly.
So it's gonna be a hell of a weekend. And Ronin Unchained, exactly. Meetup. I want to meet as many people as possible while I'm down there.
Dude,
I've done all of this through the internet. I don't know anyone IRL, and I want to meet y'all.
Yeah, exactly. So neither of us have been to Galaxy's Edge, which obviously means neither of us have flown / been on Smuggler's Run.
Right.
So obviously, if we could put up a whole Kyle Katarn squad to fill in all positions,
that would be dope.
whatever
would be
needs
dope.
to be filled for the Millennium Falcon. That would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
But,
we need to go in there with a full
yeah.
Katarn squadron. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
to the save your money thing. I definitely know there's at least one or two stuffed animals that I need to get. I can't remember what the other one like very immediately was. I know for a fact as a gift I need to get you that Jar Jar stuffed animal just because it's
If I don't fucking buy it for myself
cute.
first, like that's on my list.
The Jar Jar doll is so stupid cute. But then the other one, the loath cat that like when you squeeze one of its front legs, it like opens its mouth like
That's
so
awesome.
Fucking cute. Yeah, Ronan and Shane. Yeah, I need that Lothal cat. That's fucking adorable, dude. But yeah, hilt-wise, I still have my custom lightsaber hilt. So going in, I think I would much rather build a custom hilt than buy a legacy hilt.
The Inquisitor hilt pieces that were added to Jedi Fallen Order during the DLC. No, it's not round at all. It's all blocky and angular and very geometric.
Oh, interesting.
And it has kind of like a brutalist feel to it. It's all like grays and metals, and it feels like a piece of equipment you'd find in like Blade Runner 2049 more than like a fancy Star Wars hilt, and I really like that about it. It's very utilitarian and kind of stark.
Just reserve your time at the
And I want to build one like that.
Oh, in advance. Oh, cool. You can do that? Excellent. Good to know. Yeah.
Cosmos Otter, thank you.
Reservation.
They're a nice blend of Black Series helmets and some customs.
Yeah. Ninja Ghost Dragon. Which biggest cameo should appear in the finale?
Other than the ones we've already had, because we've already had some good ones in the show. You mean the finale specifically? I kind of want.
Does cameo imply like a character we've already seen, as in Fennec Shan?
Sure,
or cameo as in like new character? Because it would be super cool if just Rex flies in. With, like,
I don't think Rex would be a cameo because he's already been in the show. Well, I guess it's still a cameo because he's not like a main character.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If it would be a reoccurrence and like, I don't know, if Cad Bane showed up, I would still count that as a cameo because he's still a rare
Sure.
He's still a rare Pokemon. But if Rex comes in to save the day, that would.
If Rex comes in to save the day, Wolf better be with him.
Rex with Wolf, yeah.
Wolf
Tans,
better be with
you.
Tans. Yes, we're simpatico right now. Exactly.
Join, hello, all friends.
Oh, what's up, guys? Hello there.
Excellent.
Actually, that's great. The Stormbringer helmet is like perfectly framed on the Instagram live shot right now.
As well as the
haunted ass
vintage stuffed Jar Jar. No, it was the bank that's haunted.
Oh, you're
well,
right.
the spirit,
You're right.
The spirit did come with.
We have we've got a lot of Jar Jar merch
you.
in the studio. It's all vintage. It's all from various places, and most of it is haunted. It's a whole thing.
Just one of them. The spirits came with just this guy who talks. But more importantly,
he's got Velcro on the end of his tongue, and he'll actually like pick these up.
Pick up the goobas.
But they cost 7 whippy, so I wouldn't.
They're expensive.
I wouldn't just go eating them.
Yeah.
Save them for a rainy day.
Yeah, unless you decide to throw one at Sebulba, I totally encourage such behavior.
Rex flies in to save the day, and Ahsoka pulls the Bad Batch into the ship with the Force. Oh, that'd be badass. Yes. Okay, so to my answer to the question about best cameos in the show, Ahsoka is up there on the list.
That'd be pretty good.
I don't think we're going to see Ahsoka, although her and Rex are tight, and if Rex isn't a big enough bind, he might just reach out for the big guns. So it's possible. Second top on my list would be Boba Fett. Just because he was name dropped, we got that connection to Alpha and Omega, and I'd like to see that solidified by having him like show up in the show and just do something in the context of the end of Camino, because he is like very intimately tied to the beginning of Camino. Like we first see Camino and then we meet young Boba Fett like immediately, so he's like this for us as the viewer. So if we're closing the book on Camino, I think that Boba Fett should be involved in that in some way. So those are the cameos that I want to see. I don't think that they're very likely. I think we will see Rex. I think we will see Gregor. And because all the Star Wars shows have kind of followed the same narrative format, we've spent this season like finding allies and making friends, and now we need help. And now we're going to call on Cut LaQuain and Gregor and everyone else that we've helped, and Hera and Cham Syndulla and everyone that we've helped along the way. Fucking Hauser might show up.
I totally forgot.
Everyone that we've helped might come back, and now we've got this team of allies to help like either fight against the Empire or more likely, like, help the Bad Batch escape into secrecy somewhere to stop being hunted. Like, and worst case scenario, we have Cut Lawquane, Hera, Cham, and all the allies taking Omega now that the Batch are all dead and, like, hiding Omega
I totally
somewhere.
forgot they have a passed out Crosshairs that they're fucking dragging along with them also.
Yeah, exactly. They still have comatose Crosshairs.
All I know is that I need AC.
Crazy Big Dog, hello there. Atsua Penki.
I need AC. AC. Who's AC? AC. Oh, you mean the little droid? You mean her little droid friend?
AZ3.
Oh, that's AZ3.
AZ3.
Yeah. That would be cool.
AZ's awesome.
Give us more live action droids. Give us all the robots. That would be super cool.
Dr. Holocron, you're totally right. It's Crosshair, not Crosshairs, and I kept calling him Crosshairs for, like, many episodes.
Singular. Yeah,
but it's just Crosshair. He's just got one hair.
I'm sure I've let the S slip also.
My mnemonic to remember it is because he shaved his head, so now he's just got one hair. Just Crosshair instead of Crosshairs.
Gotcha.
I'm a little bit
sense.
stupid in my head, so I do stuff like that.
But, like, yeah, if they made a live C AZ, or a live action AZ, I feel like they would have to do it like the Flubber robot.
Totally.
Be
Well,
so cool.
there's man, the one thing that Star Wars consistently knocks out of the park is the droids. The droids are always awesome. Like, I can't think of a single droid that I didn't like.
No hair. Yeah.
Either like immediately or grew on me by the end of the movie, you know? Like
Crazy Big Dog, hello.
Darth Crow says, how many of those allies knew the Batch went to
John
Camino?
Wick-
Not many of them, but it wouldn't take much for...
End up doing it.
They only got to get a message to one person, and that like Sid, and Sid can reach out to everyone they've helped, you know?
I mean...
Oh, and Roland, the Deveronian dude who got his horn chopped. That wasn't for no reason. They didn't do that for no reason. He might be
I don't know if he immediately...
Well, now that we know there's a season 2,
But,
it's like any of these things could happen down the road. It might not all be the finale, so... Who
John
knows?
Witwicky, I see you there. That would be pretty great. I mean, because they have the sharing color schemes.
If the Batch did a job for Maul, yes.
Exactly. They already have the matching color schemes. But yeah, I think the Batch is a little bit too high on that morality spectrum.
Actually, no. That's
I
a
don't know
really
if
good
there's-
point. That's a really good point because timeline-wise,
I mean, they could. They totally could.
if you
like,
if
do
you're
a-
if you're
an
following the War of the
extraction.
Bounty Hunters, it takes place after Empire Strikes Back and Crimson Dawn is a major power again. It's being led by Kira. There's a big gap in that timeline. We don't know what happened from it's led by Maul to suddenly it's led by Kira. What if that shakeup happened in the Bad Batch era and we get some like insight into the Crimson Dawn hierarchy? Because Crimson Dawn is currently a power led by Darth Maul during
Oh
Bad
shit!
Batch.
Yeah, that's right. Because we get the Han Solo.
So
movie,
what if this
and
is
then
what if we see it?
It's Han
Season
Solo
2.
movie, and then whatever the fuck happens to him, and then all we see is Old Man Maul in Rebels.
Right,
and he's
stuck
just
on
like,
Malachor. He's been stranded there for seemingly a very long time.
We have no idea what the fuck happened in that entire period. He could have like gone totally
Exactly.
obsessed with his search for Sith artifacts, and that's when Kira is like, okay, you know what? You go search for Sith shit, and I'll take over the gang shit for right now. And he's like, holocrons! You know? And then...
I need them!
Yeah. And she could have been like, well, I'm about that money, so...
Right, and she had just like better priorities and just seized an opportunity, mostly. Maul has to lose power by the end of Rebels, but it seemed like he had lost power
the end of Rebels.
for a long time by the time we met him in Rebels. So it could be during Bad Batch, and then 19-ish years later, we catch up with him there. Who knows? 19 years is a long time to be stuck somewhere, but Maul's a patient dude.
Yeah, he is.
Thoughts for season 2?
Like
Will we
serial
see
killer.
Inquisitorius?
Actually,
Will we
he
see
is a
Inquisitors and
serial
Order
killer.
66 Jedi survivors in season 2?
Oh, he's just like a sociopath.
Probably.
He's total sociopath.
Probably just because Dave Filoni can't help himself. He can't resist throwing in like Jedi characters from the Clone Wars and giving them like a little bit more time. So I think that we're going to see at least a couple Clone Wars characters that didn't explicitly die on screen in Order 66, and they'll either like survive or we'll see them die here. Because like especially if the other half of your question, what if like the Inquisitors are tracking them down? And instead of it being the Bad Batch helping Jedi survive, it's the Bad Batch realizing just how powerful the Inquisitors are because they fail over and over again. Like, we've almost rescued Master, like, Yariel Poof or whoever.
Dude, we still don't
and
know
then
shit about
Vader shows
Acolyte.
up and kills him every
We
time.
still don't know
Like,
shit about Acolyte or Acolytes. I don't know if
We
that
know a
one's-
little.
I
We
don't
know a
if that
little.
one's singular or plural.
It's the Acolyte. It's
But,
the Acolyte singular.
like-
but we know that it's at the tail end of the High Republic era. which is
so it's
very
not Inquisitor
interesting.
Time? It is very interesting.
About
That's
about
really
400
super
years
interesting.
early. About 400 years early for Inquisitors.
Murdoch. Those are original Maplecore art pieces. They're just above the camera range, so that's why the Twitch people cannot see them. But there's full panels around.
For those of you on Twitch,
3 of the 4 walls.
Artwork. There's a bunch of concept art all up and above, outside of the camera shot. But the people on
I guess all 4
on
walls
Instagram, because the angle's a little higher, they're able to see it. And then we've got the big canvas one over there. I guess they can't see that one.
Yeah. Give a full tour. We will at some point.
Yes. There's actually a detailed collection breakdown in the works on Patreon. I started working on it I posted the first episode. It was a
20-year-old.
It was a deep dive on all the helmets that I have.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I did that before I upgraded my computer. So now like half of it's in 720 and the other half's in 4K. So I want to like re-record the whole thing and take better helmet shots in higher res. So I'm starting from scratch, but it's coming soon, and it's gonna tell you where I got each helmet from, where you can get one, how they're custom made, etc.
Crazy big like dog. That's my shit.
What do you say?
The Acolyte, I believe, is about the rise of the dark side during the High Republic.
I hope
That's so fucking mystical and cool. Like, I'm 100% down for that.
What up, Legend?
What's
up, man?
Game Guy 1128. I'd love to see 20-year-old Dooku and Sifo Dyas in Acolyte. Right?
Well,
I want to see super young Sauron, just, you can't have, around, just
remember, you can't have, like, young 20-year-old Dooku being a stud in the Jedi Temple without sexy young Jocasta Nu.
I know!
As well. Because they were an item.
Cast Nicole Kidman.
As Jocasta Nu?
Dude, 100%. Yeah,
she's...
And then...
I mean this in the nicest possible way. She's too old to be the young version of Jocasta Nu.
Well, I mean, I would say McGonagall, but McGonagall's too old. So
if Dooku's about to be 20 years old, Jocasta Nu's got to be someone young too. She can't be like...
Fuck, that's true.
This isn't The Graduate. Like...
I would say Liam Neeson... Oh, man, I would say...
Oh, man.
Could you imagine how great it would be to get Liam Neeson to play young Dooku?
That would be insane.
Can
someone Photoshop the Graduate movie poster and just put Dooku over Dustin Hoffman for me? That's it. That's the Taika Waititi story. We figured it out. Now we know what to do. I'm glad someone did.
Dude,
Jocasta nude more like it. Oh my god.
Don't go there.
Some archives should stay incomplete.
Dude, she'd be the only sexy librarian. That'd be amazing. John Witwicky. Also had y'all look like those OG Earth Macari TK troops a couple episodes back.
Oh my god, they were so cool. I love how much Star Wars animation goes back to the roots. Ralph McQuarrie's concept art is like still the springboard for like all of the new designs.
He is unconscious.
Crosshair?
I don't know.
Crosshair is straight up cargo right now. He's not even.
Because Crazy Big Dog is like, as much as I don't want to admit it, I think Crosshair may not live the finale for obvious reasons. That's like, yes.
My the whole thing about his chip.
Hello. Amazing painter, amazing D&D person.
Oh, awesome, nice.
Don't know how much you are in Star Wars, however, so that's a completely different story.
Clearly, at least a little bit, because here they are.
Well, they're an enthusiast. They're of art and all sorts of creation.
Well, I mean, look around you. We're about as enthusiastic as it gets around these parts.
No, it's great. I want Jude Law for young Dooku.
Actually.
Oh man.
I could see Gigolo Joe in a Jedi robe.
Man, I'm just seeing him after doing.
I have not seen Marvel's What If yet. I'm planning to do a Grizzled Wizard reaction to it.
Captain Marvel.
I have. Okay, you have seen it. I was about to ask if you wanted to react to it with me, but I'll do one.
It's so good. It's sad. Well, it's kind of it's sad but good. Like they totally. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Okay, yeah, don't. I want to go into it fresh.
But it's like they've mixed the whole like first Captain America movie, and I don't know, and everything that made the first Wonder Woman movie good.
Oh, okay.
And they fucking fused the two together.
Nice. All right.
And like
I have not seen the first Wonder Woman.
Agent Carter's pretty. Well, then you'll make.
I watched Agent Carter. I have an appreciation for Peggy Carter for sure. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Make it even more so.
Let's see here. How do you, Legend? How do you feel about the Thrawn and Ezra confirmed casting and the rumors of Sabine casting? Big ol' L for Rosario Dawson, dropping the ball there a little bit. She was not supposed to. So she confirmed the casting rumors of Ezra and Thrawn in the upcoming live-action Ahsoka show.
Who?
Mena Massoud as Ezra. He played Aladdin in the live-action Aladdin.
Oh.
And then Lars Mikkelsen. Thrawn as Thrawn.
Well, that's good.
Which is perfect.
That's solid.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He's I think the most recent thing I saw him in live action was The Witcher.
Yeah,
as Stregobor. He was great as that. But yeah, my first reaction to that is like, damn, Rosario, you should have maybe not said that out loud. But the greatest Star Wars cast member flub of all time still goes to Jiang Wen, who played Baze Malbus at the 2016 Star Wars Celebration. Gwendolyn Christie was hosting it, and they had all the cast sitting out there introducing their characters. And Jiang Wen straight up says, when this guy over here dies, my character does something unexpected, just pointing at Chirrut Imwe. And, like, there's an amazing clip, and simultaneously you've got Alan Tudyk being like, oh, fuck, no, and Chirrut Imwe's, and Donnie Yen's like, the fuck did he just say? And Gwendolyn Christie, like, immediately goes into damage control. She's like, we should stop it there, we should leave it there.
I mean...
Like...
I fucking love Rogue One.
And on that day, Baze Malbus died on his way to his home planet and was never featured in Star Wars media ever again.
Everybody fucking died in that movie. So it's like, I understand... Hello there, friends. I understand how, like, that's a fuck up. But at the same time, like, story-wise...
You can't really come down too hard.
Everyone was gonna die. I mean, did we know that they were gonna get Death Star destroyed?
It's a movie.
Fuck no.
It's a movie, and it's entertainment, and you don't know it until you see it. And just because it's a presumption, you shouldn't take it as fact, because that's where a surprise comes from. That's where twists comes from. And I prefer to go into it like, you know, with like I can have my expectations,
Say hi to the Gonks
but that
on
just
Twitch.
will make me more surprised if it goes another way. Ah, what up, Murdoch? Yes, hello there to all the Battle Gonks watching. The Battle Gonks of Katarn Squadron.
God, I loved Rogue One, dude. So good.
Yeah, he got kicked out of all unoriginal usernames, right? Jiang Wen got kicked out of all the Future Press stuff after that. And, you know, you can't really come down too hard on him because he's also very much English second language, and I think there was a language barrier there with answering the question, too. But I feel like regardless of the context, you shouldn't be giving that kind of plot detail away. So.
That's true. That's true. Dr. Holocron, if we get a pre-Phantom Menace show, or... Well, yeah, I guess.
Oh, and they could CGI Samuel L. Jackson.
Get a young Mace. Yeah.
Or even better, you could cast Jonathan Majors as young Mace Windu, because that would be dope.
That's true.
That guy can act, man. He was so good in Lovecraft Country.
God, I know. Yeah, especially after seeing him in Loki, it immediately made me want to rewatch Lovecraft Country. So now it's like all 10 episodes are saved in my DVR.
Nice.
Right
I'd be down to rewatch Lovecraft Country. Actually, there's a lot to unpack in that show.
Are you guys ready for the finale? We're about to.
We're trying to be as hyped as possible here. I'm like trying to figure out what's gonna happen. Like that's what we're speculating about. But like most of the things that I would assume already happened. Like Base Delta Zero taken out to Poca City. The clones finally being replaced. Like that was all finale material to me, and I'm like, now what? The batches are they?
Better.
They're in the tube system. We know they made it to the tube system. I don't think the Omicron survived. Well, I mean,
they destroyed the dock. I said deck last time, or in the reaction I said they destroyed the deck. They destroyed the docking.
We said all kinds of crazy shit in that reaction, man. I called Venators acclimators. I don't know what we were smoking that day.
I think it was just the shock of everything, of everything that we were looking at. The fact
the tube system.
Just the fact of like the meta reality of Omega's confession of like, I was here when Batch 99 was created in these test tubes.
Right.
Like it was a very Mewtwo Pokemon sort of like, I was here when you created in tubes. Sort of like weird, you know, motherly kind of.
14.
I don't know. It's so weird. It would
have been 14 years ago.
Such a weird meta moment.
14 years ago, the Bad Batch were created in those tubes.
Loki, so sad that Richard E. Grant was wasted. Dude, what a legend, though. What a legend.
Was he wasted? Was he wasted in Episode 9? He had the best freaking officer death in, like, the whole damn troop. Whole trilogy, arguably the saga, man. Getting yeeted out that window. And like, seeing him as classic Loki, like you can see that man can ham it up. Like that man knows how to devour the scenery, and I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. And after watching his performance in Loki, go back and rewatch his death scene in Rise of Skywalker. You will appreciate it more because there's like this level of camp that he's just like bringing it, man.
Everything about him.
Running down the bridge, like screaming at people, and then he turns and like has this incredible look on his face, and then just yeet.
No, everything
Dude, it's
about
so
him
good.
in episode 9. Like,
It's so good.
His the full-ass evil smile that he gave when he was telling Palpatine's hologram that, like, I'm now loyal to you once more.
As I served you in the old wars, I do again. Like,
and, like, he was so happy when he just blasted that fucking hole in Hux's chest.
oh my god,
man.
right?
He just
so
straight up
smug. So
turned,
smug.
Bam! It's like, tell the Lord I found the traitor.
Hux?
Or no, he's like, tell the Lord I found the mole. Like,
He was
so
amazing. And
fucking
the
evil.
reason you know he's such a good
was
fucking
so
actor
good
is
evil.
because, like, I remember when he was cast in episode 9. And Richard E. Grant posted a thing on his Twitter. I immediately started
Three-episode
following him
villain?
on Twitter because I didn't know who he was yet at the time.
So should Phasma, technically.
He posted this video on his Twitter of him just like in his living room talking about how happy he was to be like joining the Star Wars family and like this and that. But he was just like this very kindly little British dude, like with like a glass of wine and his little reading glasses, like sitting down in a comfy chair in his sweater, and he just was like very like friendly and nice.
Poor
And he was
Hux.
like,
Poor Hux.
he was such a he's
Poor
such
Hux.
a bubbly person in real life, and then like he gets on screen and he's just Allegiant General Pride. Like
Hux
it was
has-
so good.
Dude, General Pride. Yes. Yeah, no, Hux has no sympathy here.
Star Casino,
Yeah.
don't think Vader would show up since he would still be recovering from his injuries. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it
Vader
wouldn't be
showing
fair.
up. That's a possibility, right? How big... Okay, so we are currently... Bad Batch takes place at the same time as Dark Lords of the Sith, which is the Charles Soule, Giuseppe Camuncoli comic. He's got a lot of stuff going on in this time period. How big does a threat have to be for Vader to show up in this time? Because
I feel
Vader's
like
not
he's-
he's not just chilling on Mustafar right now. He's actually like got a lot of tasks he's got to complete to cement his place
He's
as
not
like
in
an
recovery.
early.
I feel like he's like almost in recovery.
Clone Wars ended like 2 fucking years ago. Like a brand new, like he's a brand new enforcer who has to establish
right
himself.
now.
Yeah,
In
in the time of Bad Batch, it's the same
I
as
feel
Vader
like
Lords of
Bad
the
Batch
Sith.
was,
So
like,
he's got a
right
lot
after
going
Order
on.
60. I feel like Order 66 was like 3 months ago. Was there an episode where they gave us like a X time later sort of situation? Because the season 1 started.
No, sorry, I misspoke. We're immediately after the end of the Clone Wars, but the Clone Wars have been going on for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. It was a 2-year-long
okay,
conflict, and it's over
no,
now.
I was gonna say because episode 1 of the Bad Batch was Order 66.
But
So
but
right
what I'm
now,
saying
I
is
think
Vader
he's
Dark
still
Lords
in
of
a
the Sith
bucket
starts immediately after like with the
Dark
formation
Lords
of
of the
Vader.
Sith. Yeah.
And
So
in
he
that
wouldn't be
comic,
there.
like a lot of
he
his
wouldn't-
time is accounted for, so he doesn't have
Yeah.
a whole lot of time to show up in the Bad Batch.
Also, he's probably in a Baka tank right now.
Dr. Holocron, I agree. Save Vader for the series finale because he's like the biggest gun that we can wheel out
Series
here.
finale.
And if we
yes.
roll him out early, how are you
Series
going to top
finale,
it?
Yes, he could
Like,
totally be
Rebels,
healed up and
Rebels
be his
busted Vader
self.
out for Siege of Lothal right after season 1, and then they had to bring out the goddamn Emperor, Space Whales, and Grand Admiral Thrawn to top
Yeah,
it. So
and
like,
then they gave us
if
the
you bring Vader too
Inquisitors.
early, you're really setting yourself
And
up.
that's why they really wanted to emphasize the Inquisitors, because they really didn't want to show Vader's power just then. Because then they didn't want to... You can't have, like, Ezra and Kanan on Luke Skywalker tier of being able to, like, go toe-to-toe with Vader. Like, that's too much. Like, just like with, not Force Unleashed.
I think in canon, Clone Wars lasted for almost 4 years. Actually, it was three point something because I remember in a featurette, Obi-Wan talking about how much he's been aged.
Yeah.
In between the two, he's like, "Wow,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
been a hell of a 4 years, I guess."
Like in Jedi Fallen Order, like they made it very specific to you that they didn't want Cal Cast, they didn't want you as the main character even
Right.
going to, like, they wanted you to just get out of the fucking ocean with Vader. They didn't even want
Yeah.
you to think about fighting the dude.
I
So
tried
with
to
Rebels-
run. I tried to
with
surrender.
Rebels- yeah, so with Rebels, I think that yeah, kind of like what Katarn said, they brought him in a little too early because they had to keep that power tier difference there.
Or at
So
least
with
if you're gonna bring
here-
him in, make him terrifying, and you can't just bamboozle him like a Scooby-Doo villain and then run away.
Exactly.
Like he has to actually be a legitimate threat, and there has to be a feeling for the audience of, wow, they might not make it out of this. If we know there's another season coming, Vader showing up isn't quite as terrifying because we know he's just gonna be like, and then they're gonna run away. And Vader will be all,
If
you mangy
series-
kids,
If
like, you pesky
series
kids.
finale Vader comes in and kills like 90% of the Bad Batch, that would be some heavy metal Game of Thrones level shit that I'd be super.
Yeah, if the Bad
super
Batch
hyped
all
to prepare for.
if the Bad Batch fall to Vader in a Rogue One style hallway scene, I will accept it, and I will dig it. I'll be like, yeah, of course that happens.
It's just
Makes sense.
Echo and Omega. It's just Echo and Omega, and it's gonna be Echo spending the rest of his days training Omega to be her best self, so that when we see live action Omega in Book of Boba Fett, she's already gonna be like her Super Saiyan self.
Yes.
And then
I still think she's coming. I think she's coming in Book of Boba Fett, which means she's surviving this show. I'm confident about that. I don't think they're killing him.
Yep.
I think that Bobby Draper from The Expanse would make an awesome
I hope they go against
grown-up
Vader.
live-action
Have Vader kill
Omega.
him off. That'd be incredible.
Yeah, it would be a fitting way to go, you know? If you got some heroes kicking around, you don't know what to do with them, just Vader them, man. Original trilogy. He's just ready.
God, yeah.
Oh god, yeah, imagine Vader killing Echo after like the 501st and like Anakin and everything like that. Man, I mean, just imagine Echo dying in general though. Like he's already died once. It's a pretty short list of it's not an empty list, but it's a short list of Star Wars characters who've died twice. Shaak Ti still has the high score.
That's true.
But if Echo dies a second time, I'm going to be pretty upset. And a little bit amused that he died twice, but mostly upset. Tarkin getting his hands dirty, not since Ariadu.
What's the Spinal Face?
Yes. Bendu doesn't even know what Final Space is. So, Final Space is an Adult Swim sci-fi cartoon. Vanessa Marshall, Hera, plays Invictus, an evil space demon. You would dig it. I have seen everything except the last episode, and season 2 is about to come out, I think, or season 3. But yeah, I'd be totally down to rewatch it with you. Put some reactions in Grizzled Wizard. I think you'd like it. It's awesome show. Yeah, Final Space on Adult Swim. Check it out if you haven't already. And speaking of things that you guys should check out, I don't know if you're familiar with Blue Bantha Milk and the Banthaverse.
Yeah, dude. This Saturday.
It's a series of fan fiction like scripts that are generated by an AI.
Still can't wrap my head around it.
They've done a
word generator, I suppose.
Yeah, they did a solo sequel, and they did episode 10, and now we're doing episode 2.5, The Senator and the Jedi, and I'm going to be joining the cast as General Grievous. It's going to be great. We're going to be doing it this Saturday at 5 PST on the Bantha Milk YouTube channel. When we archive this on our YouTube, there'll be a link to that in the description of the video if you want to check it out. So hopefully, see you guys there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't read the script. None of us, the actors, have read the script. We're going to be reading it live with the audience. So it's
1 hour, 10 minutes.
Half performance, half reaction, half improv. It's going to be great. Oh, yeah, only an hour to go.
See an article about Season 5 of Rebels?
Season 5 of Rebels?
I did not see a Disney article about
Is Rebels going to get the Clone Wars treatment the way they got their season? Well, that doesn't make sense. Because
who would it
no,
be?
Well, no, it
unless,
does. It does. Because it was
like
Disney XD. It wasn't...
Unless it's all like Hera and Kanan's kid, and like Chopper's still alive. Maybe
Caleb Syndulla?
Zeb. Like,
I mean, Jason, Caleb. That was Joe's name for him.
It would
Jason
be,
Syndulla.
Yeah. If they did Rebels 5, it could be like a whole new crew sort of a thing.
Well, if it's only one more season, it would have to be connected to those characters. But if it's going to be about Jason Syndulla, that'd have to be like a big old time jump, you know? I still think that we're eventually going to get a Skywalker Academy show, and all of these Force sensitives are going to be there. Grogu's going to be there. Ahsoka's going to be there. Rey's going to be there.
So weird.
Jason Syndulla is going to be there. Cal Kestis will be there.
Dude, I'm still under the impression, unfortunately,
Ezra.
Ronin Unchained streamed Disney Plus Day. The only issue with Disney Plus things is that he's had shit blocked before.
I have been a bit of a bad boy here on Twitch. I streamed the Star Wars Visions panel, which I should not have done, and I got banned for like 48 hours for that. So I'm sure I'm on some kind of a list now. Not gonna do it again. Sorry, Twitch. But yeah, no, I definitely want to react to anything that's coming out trailer-wise, or if it's in an episodic format, then you know, I'll get a reaction edited. But you know, it really depends on what it is. If it's a live stream or a presentation that's fair game, then I'll do it. But I'm also gonna, like, you know, play it a little safe because I'm not trying to get this stuff taken down.
Yeah.
They're saying Ezra and Thrawn will return for season 5. I wonder if, maybe they want to try and explain where they went to give us some sort of a context before we see them in live action in, like, the unknown regions with all this plot, you know?
Dude, unknown regions would be a pretty cool Outer Limits sort of shit that is completely uncharted Star Wars territory that I 100% would be down to see. If they gave us, like, a bunch of live action, or not live action necessarily, but if they took a bunch of the Dark Empire toys, such as the Chewbacca bounty hunter with the mullet, if they just made a random Wookiee bounty hunter with a mullet character, put that shit out in the Outer Rim, and just had that as a character.
Yeah. That's Chewbacca's flat top Shadows of the Empire disguise.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire. If we just had like, oh man, if you just had, because it could be the total opposite of Aladdin and the Genie,
Right.
Because instead of being buddy-buddy, you have the Aladdin and the Genie like sort of resenting, sort of hating each other, but the Genie is sort of like showing Ezra where like, he came from.
It's like the old trope. It's like the old trope of the enemies that are handcuffed to each other. You know what I mean? Like it'll be that kind of a story, and that could be really interesting too. Everyone's gonna think Aladdin and the Genie.
It could be very Dune.
And the stories, all the Aladdin and Genie memes are just gonna flow forth when we've got Mena Massoud next to a blue guy. Like the conclusion is obvious.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much random cool stuff that they could do with the Chiss Empire and just the different ships and the different other random
I
alien
really want to see some
species
clawcraft.
that we could see, man.
Chiss clawcraft in live action with that Disney Plus budget. Give me some
I mean, it's
clawcraft
all animated.
and just.
It's all animated, so it's like it's not like they have
the Ahsoka
CGI
show.
it.
The Ahsoka show, we're gonna get thrown in there too.
Yes.
And if we're getting thrown in
but
Ezra,
not
the
all
Ahsoka
the
show.
Outer Empire stuff.
Well, we don't.
I mean,
know.
not Outer. I keep saying Outer Empire. Fucking what's it called?
Dude, they got the volume,
Where
bro.
are they?
They can go anywhere in the galaxy with the volume.
Where are they banished?
The unknown regions.
Unknown regions, yeah.
And the big presumption, the assumption everyone's making is that via the unknown regions, they're in the Chiss ascendancy.
Congratulations on all of your recent acting stuff. Excellent. But yeah, dude, give us more space krakens. Give us like all the Cthulhus. Give us all the eldritch creatures.
Yes.
I'm so down, especially after your raid on the Old Republic, where you guys had to fight the creature from the Beyond.
God, yeah, Terror from Beyond. That was so much fun.
That was incredible.
I don't know if you guys watched the stream for that. Me and the Blue Beskar cult fought the Terror from Beyond, and that was a trippy boss fight. It looked like it was like Doctor Strange fighting Dormammu at the end, like all these little portals you're going through.
So many portals.
And
yeah, man. And this just giant tentacle, like blubber beast thing was just like swinging its tentacle arms all over, and like
amazing.
Katarn's character is like this big buffy, like it's like if Jango Fett were a barbarian. Like it's like Jango Fett meets How to Train Your Dragon.
I like to think it's because I wear the Stormbreaker
flying
set.
around there and just.
This is the helmet that he wears.
Yeah,
I like to think that it's like Skyrim meets the Mando, but he's
Skyrim, exactly.
Because he's body type 3. It's like he's played by John Cena. He's just this huge fucking Mandalorian.
It's incredible.
And he's cool.
It was such a great fight.
I'm slowly convincing Bendu to join me in the Old Republic one of these days.
Yeah,
we'll be fighting the Terror Beyond side by side. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I plan on making an Empire character, so I could do that Sith sorcerer.
We've got guilds on both servers.
Yeah, but I mean your bounty hunter is on Empire side.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah. Want to see Caden Bridger Wren? Yeah, dude, that'd be cool. Peacemaker
the child of Ezra and Sabine
left Bendo's Insta stream to come here, dude. That's totally fine. I understand, but
it's a slightly better angle, I think. But either way works.
Yeah.
I'm like on the edge down there.
Shit, what was I gonna say? I totally forgot.
I'm sorry.
No.
Pushed the thought out of your head. Gaming Temple, Starkiller's not canon, but I think the point that Sam Carter's trying to make is like, what if just like, holy shit, they canonize him by including him in the finale? Like, how crazy would that be? I think that Starkiller will not be canonized, because if he ever does, a lot of people are going to be very disappointed, because they're not going to canonize him the way he is in Force Unleashed. They're going to create a character named Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller.
Yeah, dude.
And give him a similar thing. But they're going to water him. They're going to water him the fuck down. They're going to make him less powerful than Luke, because why the hell would they allow that?
You know what? And Sam Witwer, he's still in shape. He can do it.
Oh, and he'd love to. He'd love to do it.
Cast him. Fucking cast Sam Witwer right now.
Yeah, Sam Witwer could use a 4th, 5th, 6th Star Wars character.
Bro.
He's becoming the live action. He's becoming the live action D. Bradley Baker. Just play so many people.
That'd be amazing.
There's an old movie where Alec Guinness plays like 7 people. I'm blanking on the name of it right now. If you know the movie I'm referring to, please let me know in the chat. It's an old black and white Alec Guinness film, and he plays like 7 people, including a woman. It's amazing. It's good stuff.
Yes. Hello. Yes, we're all doing good. For some of the new people, we are doing a live stream for Star Wars YouTube channel, Kyle Katarn Reactions.
Holy shit, Murdoch, I just saw your comment. A Skyrim-style game based on Star Wars would be awesome. Hell yes.
It would be very 100%
High
agree.
Republic.
It would be very High Republic. So yeah, again, we've got
Well,
Kyle
there's
Katarn
there's
here,
rumors about some
host of the show.
There's rumors about some sort of an
Show.
open world Star Wars game in development, and because
it would be Old Republic.
well, it would be High Republic, I think, because they're pushing this new genre
Technically,
and era so hard. I think that because
Old
we are supposed to be
Republic's-
getting
it's
because
right before
there's
High
been a rumor about some sort of sandbox thing, and there's also been a rumor about Knights of the Old Republic 3, separate from this Knights of the Old Republic remake thing that's happening.
Interesting.
And I think Knights
It
of the
is
Old Republic
Ubisoft.
3
all of it's
is going to take place
it's
a couple
it's
hundred
BioWare.
years after Knights of
So
the Old
it's
Republic 2,
BioWare normally,
and
that's
it's going to
right.
be set in the High Republic.
Ubisoft
And we might be
would
seeing
be
like the
interesting.
echoes of Revan's legacy shaking
Oh, that
out
would
through
be
the High
cool.
Republic.
That would
That's
be
what
cool.
I'm like, and therefore like stitching
cool.
these genres together.
Yeah.
That's what I suspect they would want
I
to
would
do
be
if they
down
were
for
going to
that.
make KOTOR 3, because that way it marries it with the new IP, the new
KOTOR
franchise.
2 is so weird and confusing. Also,
KOTOR,
the villains were cool. Some of the characters were cool, but it was still very like confusing as fuck.
it is. I'm enjoying it.
I honestly didn't get.
am
no,
very
Ko-
confused.
The second one.
I'm still in 1. I'm
Yeah,
playing
you're still in
KOTOR 1 for the first time right now every Friday on Twitch, and
How far are you right now?
I am just about to leave Dantooine.
Oh, just okay.
I
okay,
found the
cool.
star map, and I got through the ancient ruins.
Excellence.
I kicked some Duros butt. It was great. I did some sightseeing, and I saw some like stingrays in the sky. It was all very weird.
Dude, Dantooine's gorgeous.
Dantooine was really restful and awesome, and it was a really nice change of pace after Taris, which was, I'm sorry to say,
hate
some
Taris.
bullshit.
It's so you just gotta rack through. Those training levels, get all those experience
It's like,
points.
I'm sad that all those people
all the
died, but
shit.
like, if I had to blow up a planet in the game, I probably would have picked Taris.
So that was also one of the first times we get to see a Base Delta Zero. Before
Yes.
it was called Base Delta Zero.
Right.
Fucking Darth Malik just blows that city up. He's like, I want no escapees. Just blow them up.
Malik
kill
is
all
cool.
my-
Malik is a
kill all
cool
my
concept.
enemies.
He reminds me of Baron Underbite
He is
from
Baron
Venture
Underbite.
Brothers, but I'm sure that's backwards. I'm sure
He would
that
look
Baron
much
Underbite's
cooler
inspired by
if
him.
they
You know?
just removed his fucking turtleneck and just showed
Well,
his
it's
exposed
a reference
jaw.
to what's his nuts from He-Man, the guy with the metal lower jaw.
Yes.
One of Skeletor's dudes had that.
Yeah. 100%.
Hello there, Bendu and Kyle. Hope you're all doing good. Devil
Yes,
Dog
sir.
22. Hello there.
Yes. Are you getting a PO box? We had one.
Yes, we are planning to get a PO box.
We did have it active.
Back when I started the channel, I got a PO box, and I jumped the gun. I got it way too early. I didn't have any subscribers yet, and I was paying for this monthly thing for the PO box, and like no one sent me anything, and I was like, okay, well, whatever. So I closed it down, and that was about 20,000 subscribers ago. So I think it's time to open it back up again. So stay tuned for an announcement. As
Yeah,
soon as I
right,
have a
right.
PO box
Huge
address,
upgrade.
I'll be adding it to the description of all the videos. And then we'll do like monthly mailbags. Open up whatever you guys send us.
So yeah, again, that brings up a good point. Thank you
stay
all new and old subscribers for joining us throughout this YouTube journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
That has been like, we've been doing this for a couple years, but it really took off during. I mean, a little bit before the COVID time, but like a lot of you came up during the
The
COVID
lockdown
time.
really kind of accelerated it, though.
Yeah. So thank you for continuing to contribute, because I know a lot of you are Patreon people also.
I know that we've kept a lot of people entertained at a time when a lot of people didn't have anything to do, but you guys have kept us entertained this entire time too. So honestly, thank you from us. We really appreciate all of you guys, whether you're subscribed or not. If you're watching, we're friends. We're all in this together, loving Star Wars.
Fun fact, because someone always brings this up on.
Yeah, you have, Skillman. Fuck yeah, you have.
On who does our scripts? Yeah, no, we don't have scripts.
Our scripts?
We ad-lib our shit every fucking episode. Like, every episode is improv. Unless it's something... Unless it's something that Katarn is specifically...
we went to the
promoting
Bill
or
O'Reilly
doing.
School of Live Performance. Fuck it! Do it live!
Do it live, yeah. We
Like-
got our certificate of blinking red light.
At least once per, setting up a reaction stream, we'll do a sound check.
Dude, we have such
Then there'll
an
be
amazing collection
there'll be
of sound checks.
Yeah, we've got some amazing bloopers. One day we're gonna release
Thank
just
you,
some
Miss
of the
Garza.
some of the nonsense that comes out during our sound checks. But almost every time there'll be a last second problem. We'll try and fix it. Can't figure it out and be like, fuck it, recording anyway. We'll do it
doing
live.
it.
And that's why the quality varies so much in all these videos. It's because we pretty much do it live. That's
new
our
mics.
That's our philosophy.
New cameras, different cameras.
I started doing YouTube as a hobby, and everything that I know about how to be a streamer and how to be a content creator is self-taught.
Fucking film editor.
It's film, absolutely editing. Figured it out as I went, and I'm still making a lot of mistakes, and I still have a lot of bad habits. But I feel like the channel has improved a lot. And it'll continue to do so.
Sir.
Yeah. The Let's Talk About series. Damn, those were like some of the first videos that I ever posted. Yeah, I started doing. I was gonna just like.
Pardon. Let's talk about blue milk.
Pick topics and do deep dives on them. But then I realized that
droids.
I couldn't find topics that weren't already like heavily documented by other content creators that were already doing the thing. But I could absolutely bring it back. In fact, what a good idea would be if I like put it to a poll and you guys decided what I would talk about.
There is someone...
And then I would just unleash all the knowledge I have about that particular subject in like a deep dive video. Drop a gonk in the chat if you think that's a good idea, because I can definitely start working on those.
In the chat.
Oh yeah, we got gonks. We got gonks
for the future of what about videos.
The first one I ever did was Let's Talk About Gonk Droids.
It was. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Kind Hearts and Cornets. Yep. That's right.
Kind Hearts and Cornets. That is the movie where Alec Guinness plays a bunch of people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's awesome. I see a lot of gonks. I think that means we know what we have to do now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Stay tuned for Let's Talk About Content Poll.
I was going to say, there is also a couple people on the YouTube channels who periodically ask us to make YouTube polls, not just Patreon polls.
It's true.
So
we do need to do more of that as well.
We could try to like have a different, like, okay, this is going to be the easy poll. Like, this might be a YouTube one. And then, like, okay, this is going to be a spicy poll.
This is probably a good time to just clarify how reaction requests work, because I get reaction requests on everything from Twitter to Instagram to YouTube comments to Patreon to Discord comments.
I was gonna say I'm mostly on Instagram.
When you request a reaction,
the Sage Hope,
I save the URL and I put it on a list, and it just goes in the order that I receive the requests. If you request something as a Patreon subscriber, like via Patreon channels or on the Patreon priority requests on Discord, same process, only it goes to the top of the list. It becomes the next one I'm going to do. I record fan film reactions primarily, but in a block schedule. Every Monday I sit down and I bang out about 4 or 5 of them. So if you request one, there's going to be like anywhere from 1 to 5 weeks before you actually see it. So just like, have a little bit of patience. I will tell you that I have like over 75 requests right now that I'm working through. There's a lot of fan films out there, and I created this. I want to watch every single one of them. I want to see every single fan film ever made, we're getting there.
It just
keep them coming, but also be patient.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, go for it.
Reminds me of those early 2000s days when it's like all we had was Ryan vs. Dorkman. And we had those 2 Asian brothers who they're amazing. They did
outdoor stuff.
They did outdoor stuff. One brother was using a double-bladed red, and one brother was using a single-bladed yellow.
Oh, who were those guys?
They did it with Matrix music. And God,
that's right.
The 2 of them, their choreography.
The Ho Brothers.
It is the Ho Brothers.
Fucking Sam Carter to the rescue.
Carter coming in. Art of the Saber, 100%, dude. Oh,
these are the OG fan film watchers coming out of the woodwork now. Like, those are old school, man.
We did do a reaction of my first Star Wars fan film, which was not Duel of Fates. It was the Darth Maul one.
Darth Maul Apprentice. No. Wasn't it?
It was the one where he fights Lord Malekith, Lord Roth. What was it called? We did a reaction of it.
I remember that one. I remember that one was amazing.
Shit, I'll remember it later. But that was my first fan film, and then I saw the other one. Oh god, that movie was so. The villains were so like Power Rangers of that moment, like and the fight choreography. The dude that they got for Maul was so great. Also, like,
man, I really wish the footage still existed from our lightsaber fight, like not the Golden Gardens one, because we have that one. But like,
one.
Yeah,
the parking lot one was legit.
We went back in like 2003, 2004. We went to the loading dock of a Best Buy. It's all underground, very concrete, very cool looking. It looked like another planet. Like, we just put some stuff in there. And just went
We
to
had-
town
we
with
had a
some
couple
force
of help.
effects lightsabers.
Yeah, we had a couple of help from different camera operators. Still had just one camera, so we had to figure out 3 different angles. And
We recorded it on some camcorder that eventually, like, the footage just, like, is gone. It was years ago. We didn't save it anywhere good. But the choreography was, like, awesome. We were just, like, inspired that day. It was a really cool video, and it'll never see the light of day. It is the great long-lost film of Kyle and Bendu.
Yeah, you were using an episode 3 Anakin saber.
Yeah, it was.
I was using the Darth Maul effects. It was great. At one point, you did an uppercut with the blue lightsaber, and we filmed it to where you cut the double blade saber in half.
That's right.
And
you did like a cool flip thing where you like caught both of the hilts as it was falling apart. You like caught them.
Well,
you remember that?
That was on the beach. You force pushed me, and I kind of did like a backhand spring.
We did a lot of saber fights
with one of the single blades. But yeah, so you cut the red one in half, and then you
Trial of Evil might have been it.
And then you force pushed both of them like out of my hands or something. So we had to do the shot where I had to throw away both lightsabers and had to have someone else
like catch it off camera.
Screen.
Oh, yeah, like really carefully catch this force effects because otherwise it's landing on concrete.
And then we had to do a reverse shot of that where I force pulled half of the saber from the ground, so we had to have the same person like toss the saber.
That's right.
And I had to one hand catch this like 3 pounds fucking lightsaber at the moment. Contract of Evil.
It was Contract of Evil. Yes, Jack Hassan. That's right.
Yes, thank you.
That's right. No, you had it fly out of your hand, and then fucking Danny Davis was standing there with a blanket and like caught it with a blanket.
Yeah, dude, that was. Oh shit.
Oh
we
man.
Made it work. We made it work.
It was great. I miss. We should make another fan film, man. We
don't have the sabers.
We don't have the sabers, but we've got much nicer cameras.
We do have much nicer.
We should and we got plenty of helmets. We can make something happen. We got a photorealistic Grogu sitting over there.
I can't remember the name of the Darth Maul fan film Bendu mentioned. Yeah, no, someone came in hot with Darth Maul Contract of
Evil. It's up on YouTube. Check it out. Our reaction's up on YouTube too. Both are a good time.
Yes. Along with the Hope Brothers, Art and Saber. Oh man, so good. And
Caleb Smith videos. I don't remember them by Caleb Smith's name, but what were some of the video titles? Because maybe I remember them that way.
And we yours. The whole thing was so campy. It was so.
That's what I look for in a fan film. I'm like, this has better have some campy 1977 energy just at its core.
They were roaring the whole fucking time.
Hey,
they were so orcish, dude. They were
110% commitment.
Orcs. They were Sith orcs.
They were Dathomiri to the core.
Great. It was so great. Like
Iridonian Zabrax. Where to get the dope helmets in the back? Most of them are Star Wars Black Series helmets with a couple of customs thrown in there. That is a custom Rav Braylor. Actually, I think it's
the only
mostly
Black
customs
Series
behind us right now.
Is Vader and the Shock Trooper are the only two.
The Shock Trooper,
Black Series. Or retort that. The only Black Series is Vader and the Shock Trooper.
The Shock Trooper is technically also custom because it's a Black Series Stormtrooper with a vinyl decal kit creating it. Because I bought that before they made an actual Shock Trooper.
Boba is custom. The Old Republic is custom. The first gen clone is custom, and then
so is this Boba right here.
And then, I started with Boba.
Gotcha.
And then you can't see the other Mando because mine's in my microphone.
Got this Mando as well over here. That's Black Series.
We got this lovely lady up on my right shoulder.
Got a Scout Trooper right here. This is a Ruby's Deluxe costume piece, and it's a little smaller than 1/1 scale, but it's good enough for a shelf.
Got Biggs. I don't want to get it out because the pilot helmets are a pain in the ass. We also got Biggs Dark Lighter.
Yeah, we've got two pilot helmets and 2 more Stormtrooper helmets over there. One of them is a Battlefront Magma Trooper with the rebreather, and then a regular Black Series.
Almost called him a Shock Trooper. It was like, no, that's not right.
The Resistance, 14 years ago, 2.2 million. That sounds familiar. It's not ringing a bell, though. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm probably going to look it up after the live stream. And if I haven't seen it, I'll add it to the reaction list.
He has the Black Series Din Djarin and Mando. Belsonic.
Yeah, the one that recently came out, and I've pre-ordered the Death Watch Mando helmet. It's the blue one from the flashback scene. I can't wait because you will notice.
Such a beautiful blue.
I don't have any goddamn blue helmets. They're all either white, red, or like a unique color, and I really want a nice blue bucket. So that's gonna go looking nice on the shelf.
Might get a 501st at some point.
Crazy Big Dog, thanks for stopping by, man. We'll see you back on the Discord.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you for joining in. And then again,
if Vader and Rex meet again, dude. If Vader and Rex meet again,
that would be rough.
It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be
Rex could totally be like, Anakin, what happened to you? And then he could totally be like, that name does not
no longer has any meaning for me.
Yeah, dude.
Would that do you think it would be more or less emotional than Ahsoka and Vader?
It's a different level because Rex served under Anakin. Like that's like seeing. Like seeing your leader become like the thing you hated. Whereas like with Anakin and Ahsoka, that's like Ahsoka seeing your big brother, but more than your big brother, like turn into his worst self. So I think for her, it's more heartbreaking, but for him, it's more of just like, damn, dude, that's really you're QAnon right now.
Yeah,
really?
No, yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, speaking of which,
okay.
My friend Kazanthi made a really good point about the whole Crosshairs chip thing, the QAnon. Yeah, about like, did it really get removed? Has he been tricked into thinking it's been removed? And they said, well, Crosshairs represents like your uncle that's been brainwashed by QAnon. Like it doesn't necessarily take a chip. Like. Could
he has
just
a superiority complex.
He could just be straight up indoctrinated because he feels victimized because he was left behind, and it doesn't take much to prey on that vulnerability and make someone become really devout to a cause.
When you rethink of that, when you rethink about his speech, also when he's just like, "They made us for this, Hunter." Like the way he was talking to Hunter, it was like he was also trying to convince himself of like, "We are the superior clones. Like we are here to be part of this empire because they're gonna let us do whatever the fuck we want."
But he's like he's a supremacist, but he's not a clone supremacist because he looks down on the regs. Yeah, he's like a Bad Batchers supremacist kind of thing. He's like us mutated clones are the superior ones, and we should be running this. Like that's his motivation.
Exactly, and he wants Hunter as the.
He's not just like the chip made me do it. I'm not a bad guy. He's like actually has ideological reasons why he thinks it's right beyond just the Empire told me to. He's like, actually, I thought about this and I agree with it, which I think is a much more
emotional support.
It's more of a nuanced
validation. He wants
issue
the
to
validation
tackle
from Hunter. He's like,
absolutely.
Yeah, join me, Hunter.
He like he's very stoic and he's not like a touchy-feely guy, so he's not gonna like talk about it with the batch. But obviously, it really, really hurts his feelings that he was left behind. And everything that he's done so far has been him lashing out about it and being taken advantage of that state by the Empire, Like, Dr. Holocron, it makes him scarier. I agree. Because he's emotionally vulnerable and he's in a spot of being desperate. And now he's kind of like, his options have been removed. And I feel like Crosshair's a guy who really likes being in control. And so now that he's lost his control, we really don't know how that's going to go.
I remembered what I think I was trying to remember before. When you mentioned Grogu. I'm still under the impression that Grogu got killed when Ben Solo fucked up the whole.
I don't want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it.
That,
it's possible. I think that they don't have the stones. They're gonna save him. They're gonna save him from that
shit up.
Drifter 316. Oh, sorry. Did you have more to say about that?
No, I was gonna say 40 minutes till.
Yeah, we're getting there.
40 minutes till.
Drifter 316 says it makes no sense for Rex to meet Vader because in Rebels Rex doesn't know. Well, they can still meet and not be like, oh yay, what's up? My name used to be Anakin. Nice to meet you. Like he could potentially see Vader be like, oh look at that big scary warrior. Let's fight him. They have a brief interaction. He knocks Rex out or something, and that's their interaction.
Does Rex never see Vader in Rebels?
Well, Rex doesn't know that Vader is Anakin at the time of Rebels. So they can still meet. They just can't have that reveal.
I could have sworn they saw it. They've seen each other.
And it's not like Rex would sense Anakin in there. He doesn't have the Force. No. So he would just be like, "Oh, look at that big dude. He's scary. Let's fight him."
Pretty sure the only way Ahsoka knew was when she fucked up his helmet and saw Anakin's face.
She knew before that. During the siege of Lothal when he was in the TIE Advanced, she reached out. Kanan. She put her hand on Kanan's shoulder, amplified the signal, reached out, and she could feel him.
Flying. She recognized the flying. That's right.
And the fear and the hatred when, like, once she got in, the feelings were the same, and that's when she realized.
Yeah. That's true. Fair. Do you think the Omega will meet Boba? It's what we're hoping, Diablo Fluid. That's what we're fucking hoping for.
That's on the top of my. That's probably on the top of my cameo list. I want Boba, and that would make me really happy. If Ahsoka shows up, I'll be like, okay, this was like somewhat predictable, but it'll still be like a cool, big, epic like rescue.
Oh, for Diablo Fluid, I was talking about Book of Boba Fett, but you're talking Bad Batch.
I'm talking a Bad Batch finale cameo. But in Book of Boba Fett, absolutely, Omega will be there, and she will be hanging out with Boba. I think that they're gonna meet and be like, grrr, at first, and then Fennec Shand will be the one who's like, oh, I recognize this kid, kind of thing.
In the Jedi Temple. No, I thought they were at a Sith temple when that fight was going down. But I could be mistaken.
In the Jedi Temple,
it's been a long time.
Star Casino in the Jedi Temple.
A lot of shit that's happened.
Twilight of the Apprentice, season 2 finale. In the Jedi Temple, it's confirmed for her because she sees his face in the helmet. But from the Siege of Lothal up until the Twilight of the Apprentice, it's all but confirmed for her. Like, she senses him, and it really upsets her, and she's like, I need to be sure. But deep down, she already knows. Like, she felt it, and she knew. Like, it's Anakin. You know? It's like, if you spend, like, your entire life with someone, and then you're separated from them, like, and you're in a crowded supermarket, you can smell them if they're within a few people. If you be like, someone I recognize is nearby, like you know,
be like, yo,
you smell their perfume, or like, there's some sort of, like, sense memory that gets triggered, and if you have the Force, like, God, it's gotta be so much stronger. It's gonna be so much more palpable than that. So, anyone with that unique of a bond, like, I think that right from the moment of the Siege of Lothal, she knew exactly what was up. But she was, because she's Ahsoka, she was in denial about it and was like, I have to be sure. I don't know what I saw. Like, she knew.
Ninja Ghost Dragon.
Yes, she smelled his musk. His Force musk. Exactly.
Ninja Ghost Dragon. Season 3 of Mando is going to be the reckoning / the saving of Mandalore.
Oh, I hope so. God, can you imagine?
What I am hoping for. And if we do happen to get live action Sabine in Mando season 3 after getting potentially live action Sabine in the Ahsoka, I cannot wait to see the shitstorm Sabine will potentially give Bo-Katan.
Yeah, oh god, she better have some harsh words for Bo-Katan. Like, I gave you this shit and you lost it.
I left you in charge of the planet.
I turned my back for 5 fucking minutes, and Gideon has my Darksaber, and the planet's like,
yeah, dude,
come on.
Season 3,
After Bo-Katan gave her such a hard time about, you're not a real Mandalorian, blah, blah, blah. Like, you betrayed your people and built the Duchess. And then she turns around and just, like, biffs it. Just biffs it hardcore. Yeah.
And then the glorious name of the man whose name I always fucking forget, Moff Gideon, he did confirm that he is...
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, he did confirm that he's going to be in Season 3. And,
you don't...
Filming of Season 3 has started.
You don't let a character like him go out like that. Like, there's going to be more Gideon. And I really hope that Season 3 starts off with, like, some fancy New Republic prison or, like, a New Republic facility getting, like, invaded by Dark Troopers that, like, bust him out.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would that be? That'd be a sweet sequence.
As far as timeline goes, I don't remember, like, what's supposed to happen first between Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and Mando Season 3. Like, Season 3, Mando could be a 2023 thing, for all I fucking know.
As far as I know, it's going Bad Batch, Visions, Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, season 1 of Ahsoka, season 3 of Mando.
So
let me know.
Will come first. Okay.
I believe so, but don't quote me on that. Someone in the chat can pull it up and we'll know the correct answer. But I don't think we're getting. We're definitely getting season 3 after Book of Boba Fett.
Okay.
Oh, before Obi-Wan. Okay, so it's going Visions, Boba, Obi-Wan.
Oh, that's right. They said fucking December, right?
Yeah.
Is it December winter? December of this year?
Yeah, this year.
Of 22.
I can't fucking wait, man.
Yeah.
It's probably
forgot about that.
Probably my most anticipated show.
This December. That's right.
Yep.
Totally forgot. And then December 21st. Fuck yes.
Obi-Wan is December of 22.
Right. That's okay. That's where I got the winter thing from. Excellent.
Oh yeah, Jack, I did watch the Variety interview.
Thank you, Game Guy.
You and Pedro just chatting. Man, those are some great guys.
Andor's first.
I would love to meet them.
Sorry. Well, yes. There's going to be obviously a bunch of other Star Wars shows that are coming out before the ones that were mentioned.
Yeah.
We're talking like more canon specific to the characters that we've seen throughout the specific Rebels Mando storyline is kind of more of what we were thinking. I just threw Obi-Wan out there purely because it's an important main story series.
Sure.
Not to say that Andor isn't important.
I don't think
don't give a shit.
I don't think that Obi-Wan is gonna like be creating too many connections. I think it's gonna be like
It's
resolving.
Just him in the desert.
It's gonna be
just him in the desert, dude.
It's gonna be more than that.
beautiful.
It's gonna be more than that, I think. But it's gonna be mostly resolving lingering things about Obi-Wan's character and filling in blanks. It's not gonna be like planting seeds for new stuff so
No.
much. I think.
It's just gonna be
Andor absolutely will be.
It's just
Acolyte
gonna
absolutely will be. But
watercolor. Yeah. It's just gonna be a fucking gorgeous
oh, I can't
watercolor
wait.
painting.
Filming, dude. Tatooine
Oh
filmed
my
on the
God.
volume. Like we've seen it in Mando. It looks beautiful. And like seeing the Jundland wastes and Ben's like hovel again and like
yeah.
fucking Anchorhead, Mos Eisley during like a pre-4 Mos Eisley. I can't wait.
If anything,
Fucking Garandan could be a character. Like anything could happen.
I mean, yeah. If anything, if Obi-Wan, I think the Obi-Wan series, if anything, will kind of be like what Rogue One did. It was it's its own standalone story.
Yeah.
That had a lot of characters that we really cared about, or rather, like, grew to care about. There were little seeds and plots within its own story, which are gonna, like, you know, close itself off within the Obi-Wan story.
Right,
But
by
I
the
think
end of
there
it.
are also gonna be very important key plot roots, really. Like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Aunt Rue and Uncle Owen.
They're confirmed
I'm sure
cast.
there's
Yeah.
totally gonna
Same
be, like,
casting as the prequels. Same
exactly.
actors.
So I think there's gonna be things like how in Rogue One gave us the fucking Vader slaughter, where it showed us, you know, the Death Star plans actually being handheld given to Leia. Like, that's not a very like, it's a specific story thing,
right?
But like, you know, it's just something that we didn't get to see. That's really fucking cool. And I think Obi-Wan might give us that same sort of thing. Like, it might give us really cool transitions into like the Vader story, or like
I think that's
the
exactly
Empire
what it's going to do.
story.
It's going to start create
But it's
that
still gonna have
connective
these
tissue and make it a little
small-
stronger.
We're still gonna have like these small things. Like, we might get the Qui-Gon Jinn's ghost, and he might tell Obi-Wan how to be a ghost. You know, which would give us total New Hope stuff. Like, there's little things that could be beautifully done for the story. That
I think that it's going to go into really exciting places. RMD Collective, hello there.
Oh my
Welcome,
god!
man.
After all of the Sand People stuff,
Oh,
that
yeah, we
Mando
could get some
season
falling out
1
of that. Well, like
and
Murdoch
2
is saying
has
right
given
here.
us?
Murdoch says, I need a scene of Obi-Wan at the tomb of Shmi asking for her forgiveness for failing on training Annie. That would be brutal.
That would be,
and that would like
Do you
that would
think he
like tie
do
in with
that?
like flashbacks of him murdering the Sand People and like
I could see
all the blood that-
Qui-Gon wanting to do
all the
that.
blood that Anakin shed specifically on Tatooine. Like
That's true.
that's all still there, and that's all still part of like, you know,
We could see
your
Obi-Wan.
actions impact the force balance of a planet. You know, like something really dark happened on Dagobah, which is why the tree, that area, the cave was so infused with it. Like, there's
could
probably
be-
sections of that fucking canyon that are really strong on the dark side because of what Anakin did there. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point it could be something like there's, you know, Tusken Raiders on the horizon who are overlooking Obi-Wan and like wanting to hunt him, but Obi-Wan's like having to fight off some desert creature with his lightsaber, and then the Tusken Raiders will see that lightsaber, have a PTSD moment.
Right,
of,
they'll be like, "Oh God, not again."
Legends of like, you know, the blue blade that slaughtered that tribe, you know, and then they'll see that, and then they'll learn to fear it, sort of a thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot
Well,
of
actually,
stuff.
you know
There's
what? That makes a lot of
stuff.
sense because do you remember in Twin Sons when Ezra showed up in on Tatooine looking for Maul? As soon as he lit his saber up, the Tuskens went crazy and like opened fired on him and like destroyed his shuttle basically. They do not like sabers.
No, because they've
Maybe
learned.
maybe there's some oral history being passed down about a really angry Anakin.
Yeah, dude.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. But I'm totally 100% down to like see all of these potential legends in all of these stories.
Oh, Murdoch! What if Obi-Wan kills the crate dragon that we see in Episode 4? The big skeleton in the desert
Yes!
that
yes!
3PO
yes!
walks by.
Give it to me.
That
oh
would
my
be
God.
so good.
Outside of Jabba's palace, dude. That would be so
would be
fucking
amazing.
Cool.
That-
Yes, something like that.
See, that's the kind of
Something
connect- exactly.
like that.
When you're
Connect stories.
When you're telling a story that's in the middle of a really established story, there's like landmarks. There's like narrative landmarks that you pass by to show exactly, to help clue us in on where we are. Like you said, like the handing of the plans off to Leia. Now that's a landmark. We've seen that in Force, so we know exactly where we are now, kind of thing.
Now we know why that Star Destroyer is completely chasing down Leia's ship out of nowhere.
Yeah, because it's been that blank has been filled in, and so that's the kind of thing that I think that the Kenobi show could do really well, and I'm expecting it to do a lot of. Yeah. Do you believe we will ever get a Sith clone canon? I don't know if you're gonna like my answer, but I think we already have.
You mean Canon Jarrus?
No, I mean Palpatine in the sequels.
Oh, you made oh.
He's I consider him to be a canon Sith clone.
Oh yeah, or I would even count Snoke in that category because he was totally created.
Is Snoke Sith?
He's using
Snoke is Snook.
Side.
Snoke is Snook. That's confirmed.
Yeah,
by Vader issue 11. But at the same time, like I don't know if Snoke qualifies as a Sith. Maybe he is. That's a subject for debate. Because technically, it's not like there's too many in the galaxy.
A Sith. That's true.
Kylo was definitely not a Sith.
Kylo Ren was not a Sith.
Kylo was a Knight of Ren.
Snoke, yeah, no,
but
he
like,
was not a Sith. He was just his master.
Technically, Snoke could be considered a Sith, and he wouldn't exceed the rule of 2 because there wasn't exactly like a bunch of Sith at that time.
That's true.
Like there were open spots. I just don't know if he really counts. That's all.
Supreme Leader. That was his fucking title. I was trying to remember like what Supreme Leader Snoke. But yeah, no, but Palpatine was still pulling the strings. And the way that he was created, technically, was through fuck, now I can't not say it.
What?
Sith alchemy.
Sith
I kept
alchemy.
saying Sylph instead of Sith alchemy. So yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember the Sith alchemy moment in Rebels? In the World Between Worlds? When Palpatine is chanting over the goblet of blue fire and then just like sends it through the portal? He's like speaking in like the ancient Sith language. It's so fucking cool. He's speaking the language of the pureblood Sith from KOTOR and like manipulating like he looks like it's like a straight up like space Voldemort moment, just like making the flames shoot out. It's one of my favorite Sheev moments, and I love that Ian McDiarmid came back to do Palpatine for this finale of Rebels. That was so cool.
It's just as on par on the legendary spectrum as when the Night Witches or the Night Sisters were doing their voodoo magic through
on Dooku in his
smoke,
fucking pajamas with the
fucking voodoo smoke.
I love that part.
God damn, I love the Night Sisters.
That part's
so
amazing.
Much, man.
That part's amazing.
Night Sisters are just so Mother Townsend, man. Rest in peace, Mother Townsend.
Game guy, I have like
dude.
4
so
chapters
good.
to go on the Rising Storm.
So good. The Sistari. Yeah. Man.
That's totally why they're scared of his crate calling
for. The Sistari
4.
are really cool because again, in the Old Republic, you can choose to have that be your race, and you get the little face tentacles.
Hell yeah. My Sith warrior in Old Republic, Zavora, is a pureblood Sith,
which is super cool because the way that he made her.
She's having a rough time.
She
lately.
looks like a she looked like a tiefling, and she's like,
she kind of does. I chose not to give her the chin spikes. I could have.
Yeah.
But she got blown up and she became cybernetic. It's pretty crazy. She's having a complicated time.
she looks like a Superman villain.
Murdoch, they should totally do something with Darth Bane, considering that Darth Bane is canon. He was in the Clone Wars, voiced by Mark Hamill, spoke to Yoda in a vision. So the door's wide open for Bane to show up again, and I think that would be awesome.
Old Republic Bane? Oh, no, that's right. Darth Bane.
Yeah,
like,
old school, rule of 2,
Bane.
yeah.
But I mean, he is canon already, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
he was made canon by the Clone Wars episode where he comes to Yoda in the vision.
I mean, technically, isn't Bane and Marco Ragnos and
Marco Ragnos is also
Kun, aren't all of them?
All
of them canon?
Not all of them. Not all of them are canon. Marco Ragnos exists in like the quasi canon of he is canon in the Old Republic, but he's also but the majority of his larger role and all the stuff that he does like as a ghost, etc., is legends. A lot of Old Republic Sith names were canonized by being like the names of the Sith Trooper Legions in Episode 9, but like whether they were who we know them as, that remains to be seen. But like the name Revan,
the first fucking XL
all
Naga.
of these,
or no, not XL
Naga
Sadao. Exar Kun.
Frida Ned, Exar Kun, Marco Ragnos, Naga Sadao.
Naga Sadao is the dude I was thinking of. The fucking Aztec.
Fucking Tulak Horde.
That fucking Aztec-looking motherfucker.
There's some amazing. I think
dressed all in gold.
I think Exar Kun
He was
is
the
up
Jedi
there.
with the one-handed but two-bladed blue lightsaber.
Exar Kun had a really cool look, and I love
really
the whole.
cool.
I love his reading about his ghost in the Misasi temples of Yavin in the Jedi Academy trilogy, the Legends books. But I think my favorite ancient Sith Lord is probably Marker Ragnos, just because he looks
His
fucking
legendary
cool.
sword and shit.
He's basically looks like evil Sith ghost Loki with the big old horns and the chains. And also he was like the ending boss of Jedi Academy, which is a Katarn game. So I just have like an affinity for Ragnos for that reason. Also, now that I play Old Republic, I've been to his tomb. I got to go to his goddamn tomb,
And
that
now that
was
you're
really
playing
cool.
Knights of the Old Republic, you're gonna go to his tomb again. And
Oh,
then
really?
If you're a Darksider,
Hell
his
yeah.
tomb has some really powerful dark side gloves. Well,
Marker Ragnos
gauntlets.
is my shit. He's badass.
He gives you like special gloves that give you an extra lightsaber proficiency point, which makes your lightsaber damage do more.
Nagasadao.
Yeah, dude. But spoilers? What do you mean spoilers? That game has been out forever. And
I am playing it.
I'm
playing it for the very first time. You know that, right?
I also did a full. You've also posted me doing a full game playthrough on.
Yeah,
your,
but I didn't
YouTube
look that
channel.
closely. I didn't
Nobody
look that closely.
liked it either. Everyone fucking hated the playthrough. So
That's
it's fair.
not true. That's not true.
Dude, there's so
People
much
liked
shit
it.
talk in the comments.
People liked it, but it was people wanted a face cam. He was recording on an iPad. He didn't have the setup to be able to like give you all the bells and whistles. Be happy for what you got. People liked it. People did like it. It didn't get a lot of views, but it got about as many views as a lot of my comic streams. They don't get a ton necessarily. They usually trickle in after the
or
fact.
Cad Bane in the finale of Bad Batch.
We could.
I mean, we could get one or the other.
Holy shit! What if that's how they
They
escape?
definitely
Actually,
hate each other right now. I don't foresee them helping each other one
we know
bit.
Lama
Fennec-
Su and Nala Se both got like
They were both hired from different Kaminoans,
But-
and Fennec lost Cad Bane a lot of money.
It's true. How about this though? How about this? Lama Su was on the run when he got arrested by Rampart or shot or whatever the fuck happened to him.
But now she's on with the.
What if he had already called Fennec Shand before that scene happened and she was already on her way? And now Fennec Shand's going to show up. Taboka City's been destroyed. And she's like, oh fuck, my employer's dead. But oh look, there's that kid from earlier, from a few episodes ago. And she's going to come in and rescue Omega and the Batch. And they escape on Fennec Shand's ship. It's possible.
She did.
And
she
then-
got killed.
Fennec Shand?
Yeah.
She did not get killed. What are you talking about?
The Empire took the science officer.
Oh, Fennec Shand. Ming-Na Wen.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Not
sorry.
the Cameo. I'm talking about the bounty hunter chick.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
She could show up, having been ordered there by Lama Su, rescue Omega because she knows Omega now, and then Cad Bane shows up to go after Fennec Shand because Fennec Shand lost him so much money, and then we get another showdown between them. That would make for a really busy finale, so I don't know if they're really going to do that.
Yeah. We need to know about Luminara. I mean, we know about Luminara. We know.
We need to talk about
I mean,
Luminara.
that poor lady. What happened to her body was. Oh,
Luminara being like a lure on the end of a great big imperial angler fish. That's terrifying. But at the same time,
dude,
she was not very nice.
Her force ghost just being projected out of her mummified body.
God,
dude.
it was
Like,
chilling. That was a chilling moment.
The whole imagery of it was just like. And then seeing like her normal face, and then the fact that they animated her normal face to go to the skeletal face, fucking next level. It was definitely one of those moments where you're like, wow, this is a kids show. You're like, okay.
Predictions for finale length? I'm gonna put it at like
33.
I was gonna say 34.
Woo!
There
All
you
right.
go. Okay.
Just gonna price
Okay.
is right me. That's fine.
I was gonna say it before you even said it. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna
Truth.
price is right you. I'm gonna do
That's
that.
fair. That's fair.
4 hours. It's gonna be 4 hours long, and that's just part 2. Part 3 is gonna be 5 hours long. Do you think they'll ever introduce Lumia, Dark Lady of the Sith? They might. They might also give us like fucking
who Dark Lady
Castilla
is.
or
I was gonna say,
you know-
wasn't the Dark Lady who my mini was based off of?
yes. No, you're the Dark Woman.
Oh, Dark.
The Dark Woman
That's
is different.
That's different.
Lumia had a little bit of a fling with Luke back in the old
interesting.
Crystal Star days. Luke did have a wife. He had a wife named Mara Jade, and she was the Emperor's hand. And then she fell in love with him, and they made a little baby whose name was
Resolution
Ben.
with Barris, right? Is she in prison, or did she get nixed?
I think we
If
are
she
going to
was
get
in
a
prison-
resolution with Barris, and we're going to get it in the Ahsoka show.
Well,
because
you know, if
Barris
she
and
was in
Ahsoka had the
prison-
strongest relationship out of Barris and anyone.
If she was in prison, there's nothing to say that a trooper didn't walk up to her prison cell and just
I mean, it's very possible, but that's a rich character that they could really take in directions, and they would be wise to do that. RS Danny, is she canon? Mara Jade is not canon. No.
Neither is, none of the ladies are. None of the Blar, the other kids that Leia and Han had, none of them are.
Leia and Han had 3 kids. They had Jason, Jaina, and Anakin, and Mara Jade and Luke had 1 kid, and he was Ben. Because I think it makes a lot more sense for Luke to name a kid after Ben than for Han or Leia, neither of which knew Ben for more than about 20 minutes.
Was it 2 out of 3 of Han's kids turned evil, or was it just one of the 3 turned evil?
It was one of the 3. One of his kids died in the war, heroically in sacrifice. One of his kids turned evil, and then was defeated by his other kid.
Defeated by his other kid.
Big old family. Big old family.
Damn.
Yeah, we've only got about 20 minutes left before the Bad Batch episode comes out, and we're going to use that time to record our Patreon intro for the episode.
And our, I was going to say our regular.
Well, we're gonna tape the reaction intro for the episode, and that usually takes about 20 minutes. So we're gonna end the stream here. But thank you everyone for watching and keeping us company as we wait for the season finale of the Bad Batch. This is going to be great. If you missed the beginning of the live stream, don't worry. I'm going to archive this whole thing and put it on YouTube. It'll be up tomorrow morning, and our reaction should be up shortly after that.
Yep.
As soon as we watch it, send it off to Nerd Chronic, and he begins his editing magic. So we'll see you then. Yep. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everyone that's watching on Instagram Live as well. I know I didn't really get to look at many of these comments.
It was
Henry Lewis. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
But thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, may the Force be with you.